Recipe followed, meal created. I want to share with you an experience of a system that I successfully executed. My sister is very good cook. She is out of Running Cook AU. You can look her up. Her name's Louise. And I was like, hey, Louie, I need a curry. Send me a curry. So she sent me a South Indian vegetarian curry, and I cooked it tonight. I just followed the recipe, and out came this meal. And it was really good. Really good. Like, I was like, whoa, this tastes great. This is delicious. But what I saw was an exact representation of that systems definition that we've been covering over the last 5 episodes. That a system is a repeatable series of tracked actions that create defined results. Now, the tracking was not done, other than going through and remembering in my mind which step I was up to. Going through the ingredients list and checking the actual ingredients, making sure that they all went in. But it wasn't like I was actually ticking off and saying tick, tick. Could I have? Yeah, sure. Totally could have. Could have printed out the recipe. The recipe was online, and could have ticked off each step as I went and got along. I didn't do that. I just kept it in my mind. Now, there is a risk in that, of course, that I missed a step. Never done this thing before, and I could have missed it. But if I wanted to be pedantic and meticulous and guaranteed to make sure that every step was done, then yes, I should have tracked all of those little steps. But let's go through the definition. Looking at this South Indian curry, is it repeatable? Yes, it sure is. I got sent this recipe or this system for creating this meal, and it's repeatable. My sister created it. I created it. You could create it. You could follow these set of instructions and get this meal. Now, are they going to be exactly the same? No, they're not going to be exactly the same. But within the idea of a South Indian vegetarian curry, all of us are going to get a reasonable approximation to that. Could we get it more specific? Yeah, we could start defining, we're going to make them 1 centimeter cubes, and we're going to grate this and then do this and make sure everything's exact. And then the final result will be a little bit closer between all of our meals. But it's not like we're going to get a roast chicken out of this recipe. It's just not going to happen. It's always going to be some kind of South Indian vegetarian curry. Unless we skip steps or do them out of order or don't follow the instructions, they're all going to lead to incorrect results or not the defined result. But let's come back to that definition again. So we've got repeatable. Was it tracked? We've discussed. Series of actions. Yes, this is literally a recipe. And this is the same for your business steps. Instead of thinking of the word systems, why don't you replace it with recipe? Hey, what's the recipe for creating my marketing? What's the recipe for creating my next sales experience for my prospects? What's the recipe for fulfilling? Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. If you write it down, now you've got the recipe or system to do it again and again and again. And if somebody on your team leaves, guess what? You are not dependent on that. They can leave and they do not take the recipe with them because it's not in their head. It's written down. That is the real secret. If this was passed verbally to me, my sister told me what to do, the chances of me executing successfully are small. I'm going to have all sorts of difficulties remembering the amounts of ingredients, the actual ingredients, the order of the ingredients, but with it written down, it's pretty easy. It's not that hard. And you might be overwhelmed. You might, man, there's so much to do, but you can start. Choose one aspect of your business, maybe not mission critical, but something that gets done on a reasonable basis, and start writing this stuff down. Put it in a file. Put put in a Google Doc, particularly if you want to get fancy, then yes, you can go to SOP software. It exists. People have created this stuff, and it's like, hey, yeah, we're just going to write it down. The SOP software is cool because it enables you to track it much more easily. And in business, this might be important. It might be that some aspects of your business must be tracked, particularly if you've got compliance issues and you want to be able to go back and prove that something was done, then you really should consider upgrading from a Microsoft Word or Google Docs experience up to a dedicated SOP software. All right. I hope that you are getting some value out of this, that you're opening your mind up to the idea that systems are not that hard. They're not some kind of mysterious voodoo that's really difficult, but rather the idea is that just like a recipe in cooking, you can write down the instructions, you can follow the steps, and out will come a defined result. In this case, a South Indian vegetarian curry, in your case, whichever aspect of business that you want to document and have as a defined result. All right, that's all I got for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode. I certainly enjoyed making it for you. And I got to tell you, this Southeastern Indian curry was pretty yummy, really good. So go check out my sister at Running Cook AU. Her name's Louise, does amazing recipes, and look forward to seeing you on the next episode as we continue this journey into the power of systems, create results. See you then.